And what year were you in school?
Up to figure out how she, like if there was something he could do to make her have an abortion, and asked me if I could get the abortion pills and he could. I don't remember like verbatim, but they told me that they thought that, or were told that he might have poisoned her or something of the sort, but they like didn't have details, and that she was in the hospital, and they.
Good afternoon, Ms. Denny. Could you please state your full name for the record?
Apple Denny.
And can you spell your last name for the court reporter?
Dennie.
And Ms. Denny, how do you know Blaze Taylor?
We dated when I was an undergrad at Arkansas State.
And how old were you when you started dating him?
18.
And can you describe how long did you date him?
A couple years through 2018. It was breakups, get back together, breakups, get back together, so the timeline gets a little foggy.
Which, for reference, you said that y'all began dating when you were 18. How old are you now?
28.
And what year were you in school?
I started fall of 2016, fall of 2016, and I met him in November of that year.
And what year was he in school?
I believe he was a senior.
Do you remember how old he was?
No.
But he was a couple years older than you, is that fair?
Yes.
And did you continue to date into the beginning of that next year, early 2017?
Yes.
And at some point in your relationship, did you ever become pregnant?
Yes.
And about when did that happen?
January of 2017.
And when that happened, did you talk to Mr. Taylor about it?
Yes.
And can you describe kind of what were your feelings when you learned that you were pregnant?
I was really scared and confused. I knew I wasn't ready to have a kid. So.
Was that your reaction kind of from the beginning, and did it stay that way?
Yes, I immediately, that wasn't something that I thought I wanted for myself.
Was that something that you felt like you could talk to your parents about at the time?
No.
And so from the time that you found out, what did you ultimately end up doing?
I had an abortion.
And was there any point in which you changed your mind about that?
No.
And Mr. Taylor, did he accompany you to the appointments for that?
Yes.
And was there one appointment, or was there more than one?
There was two.
And did he go to both of those appointments with you?
Yes.
And can you describe at that first appointment what information was provided to you about the options?
There were two different types of abortions that I could have. One was the procedure, and
Your Honor has already ruled.
Okay, we're the judge. Go ahead.
Your Honor.
and the other was taking a pill at the center and then taking one when you got home, and that would induce the abortion.
And did you discuss those two options with Mr. Taylor during that time that you were going through this?
Yes.
And which option did you ultimately choose?
I had the procedure at the facility.
And did he accompany you to that visit?
Yes.
And at any point did you meet his parents?
Yes.
Did y'all continue to date after that?
Mm-hmm.
And you said that you broke up, but then you would get back together.
Yes.
And when you broke up, was there anyone in particular that he might have dated while you were broken up?
Yes.
And who was that?
Her name was Xavier.
And what was her last name?
Winford.
Did you know Miss Winford?
Yes, and not like personally, but I knew her through him, and we had a few interactions.
And can you describe what was your understanding of his relationship with her?
Someone that he dated before he met me, or didn't date. He said they were never together, that he would never bring her home to his parents, and that she was crazy, and that I needed to block her, and it was kind of that situation.
And at some point, did he come to you and talk to you about something that happened with her?
Yes.
And what was it that he came to tell you about?
That he got her pregnant.
And what was the time frame that this occurred?
This was the summer of 2017.
And what was his demeanor like when he came to you to tell you about this?
Very erratic. He was upset, didn't want to have a baby with her. That's what he was telling me, that this was something that he couldn't do.
Was that a different reaction than he had when you told him you were pregnant, but you did not want to keep the baby?
Yes, it was flipped. How I was panicked the first time around, and he was freaking out when it was her.
And when you say he was freaking out, how did he act when he was panicked?
Really erratic, and but then he would say he could control the situation. It went on for a few days of us talking about it, but that night he was trying to figure out if there was something that he could do. He was Googling things, so he was looking stuff up to figure out how she, if there was something he could do to make her have an abortion, and asked me if I could get the abortion pills and he could make her take them or put it in her drink.
And so you talked to him over a period of a couple of days, is that correct?
Yes.
And what was he telling you? I mean, he's telling you that he's trying to figure out something that he can give her.
Yeah.
Was she wanting to have an abortion based on what he said?
No, he said she would go back and forth, and he would tell her, well, I'm not gonna be a part of the child's life, thinking that would convince her to not have it, because that's ultimately what he said she wanted. And then they would just go back and forth about it, and then someday he would say, I think she's gonna do it, and then I think she's not gonna do it, but she didn't want to.
And you said that he was telling her he would be a part of the child's life. Was he also saying not part of her life?
Yeah, he wouldn't have anything to do with her if she went forward with it.
Kind of like an ultimatum.
Yeah.
And he asked you if you could get the abortion pill for him so that he could make her take it and put it in her drink. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, she says acknowledging what Gordon said. Go ahead.
Did you do that?
Did I get the pill?
Yes. No. Was that even, not saying that you would agree to do that, but is that even possible?
No.
And did you explain that to him?
Yes.
And you said that it went over a couple of days. Did he talk about anything else that he might be able to get to put in her drink?
Just leave.
Okay, I don't know where the judge would message. She's just asking, did he?
Yes.
And the things that he was mentioning, how did he get the information?
He said he was looking stuff up on his phone. I couldn't see what he was looking up, but he like had his phone in his hand.
And I guess what, if anything, else did you discuss with him about Miss Winford and Miss Winford getting an abortion?
He had asked me to make the appointment and said that he thinks that he could convince her by the time the appointment came to get the abortion.
And what would be the reason that he would need you to call to make the appointment?
Because she wouldn't call herself, but he wanted to go ahead and get an appointment set.
Is there a waiting time?
Sorry?
Was there going to be a delay from the time you called to when the appointment would actually be scheduled?
Can you rephrase that? Sorry.
You said that he wanted you to schedule the appointment
Yeah.
because he thought he could convince her to do it and didn't want her to change her mind.
Yeah.
I'm asking if there was going to be like a time period.
Yes. And he didn't want, like, they were booked, so he didn't want her to finally decide to and then not be able to get it.
And did you agree and call and schedule that appointment?
Yes.
And did you pretend to be her?
Yes.
And do you know if she went to the appointment that you scheduled?
Yes. I assume it was that appointment.
And you said you assume. I guess, do you know what ultimately happened with that pregnancy?
Yes, that she had an abortion. That's what I was told.
And do you know, did Mr. Taylor continue to see Ms. Winford after that time frame? That would have been summer of 2017.
Yes.
And do you have any knowledge if he's continued to see her since then?
Yes, I have assumed so.
Objection, no basis for that. It was just personal.
Okay, I'll strike that if she just thinks so.
Do you have any knowledge about that?
I saw a post of her at a game,
Objection,
and I was,
Okay, hang on just a second. Do you care to be heard?
Judge, I'm just asking if she has personal knowledge of the two of them being together.
When it was, something was taken or when it was posted, I mean, she doesn't know that.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Did you know Jade Benning prior to February 25th of 2023?
I knew of her. We had had some message exchanges on social media. Like, she told me happy birthday, vice versa.
And what was the connection between you and Jade Benning?
She was in a similar area. Like, the Little Rock area is pretty small, so like a lot of my friends grew up with her. So we kind of just would see each other on social media and connected that way, but I never met her in person.
So she was kind of the social media connected friend of other friends.
Yes.
Did you both participate in the same athletic sport?
I think I was told she cheered, but I never like met her through that, but I think we might have both been cheerleaders at some point.
Okay. So you knew of her but didn't actually know her and you had never met her?
Yeah.
How did you hear about what ultimately happened to Jade Benning?
Two of my friends had said that they needed to talk to me and called me and told me about what happened.
And when you say they told you about what happened, about what was the timing of this? From when the incident happened, Ms. Benning passed away, was it before she passed away?
Yes, she was still in the hospital at this point.
And so that would have been kind of right after this incident.
Yes.
When you say they told you what happened, what kind of information did you get?
I don't remember like verbatim, but they told me that they thought that, or were told that he might have poisoned her or something of the sort, but they like didn't have details, and that she was in the hospital and they were like keeping her on life support, I think, until her birthday. Yeah.
And when you heard that, what did you do?
Like immediately after the phone call, or
I guess kind of connected to Ms.
Uh-huh.
Benning and this case and how you ended up here today.
Well, like I talked to them, they knew about the situation with Xavier in the past, and I want to say maybe a few days later, my friend Ariane had reached back out to me and asked if like I wanted to connect with Miss Bridget, and I said yes, that's fine. I'm open to helping in any way that I can. And then Miss Bridget reached out to me, and then from there it was Detective Reese and so on and so forth.
And did you talk to Detective Reese and provide him with the information that you've just testified about?
Yes.
And then did you also meet with Detective Reese, and myself, and Deputy Moore, and Ms. Houston
Yes.
in Arkansas?
Mm-hmm.
And did you provide us with that information as well?
Yes.
If I can have just one moment. And I'm sorry, Ms. Denny, I feel like you said that they told you about Jade.
Mm-hmm.
When they told you about Jade, what was your understanding of whether, like, what her condition was?
That she was pregnant, and you mean like her physical state, that, or
No,
just
but
the fact that she was
The
pregnant?
information that you got from the friends was that she was pregnant, and
Yes.
there was
And
suspicion.
something happened to her, and they were thinking that it was Blaze, and that she was in the hospital after that.
And do you see Mr. Taylor in the courtroom?
Yes.
And could you point him out and identify him?
Right there.
Thank you, Ms. Denny.
All right, questions on behalf of the Yeah, you can turn that top. There you go.
Miss Eddie, I want to make sure that I'm understanding, got this right. So you never put anything in anyone's drink, right?
No.
You never went and got an abortion pill on behalf of Mr. Taylor.
No.
You never got any kind of other substance from Mr. Taylor.
No.
You never got any cocaine.
No.
Never got any fentanyl.
No.
You guys never slipped anything in anybody's drink.
No.
You never saw Mr. Taylor do that either, right?
No.
So what we've kind of described is like just a conversation, right?
Yes.
Conversation while Mr. Taylor was, as you described him, like erratic.
Yes.
He was panicked, I think was the word he used, and maybe that was my word, I'm sorry, but was panic a right word?
Yeah.
And while he's erratic, panicked, you guys are having this conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and he's talking about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't something that you ever actually acted on.
No.
It wasn't something that he ever actually acted on?
No.
Okay. And just so I got the time right, so we're talking, you started school in 2016?
The fall of 2016, yes.
Fall of 2016. And you met Blaze, Mr. Taylor, and start dating maybe the middle of that first year of your school?
We met in November, yeah, and things evolved from there.
Okay, I apologize. So you met at the beginning of the year, is that right?
We met in November of the fall of 2016,
Okay.
and then continued on from there.
And your kind of pregnancy situation, which I know is difficult to talk about, that happened more like the middle of the year, is that right?
That was in January of 2017.
Which would still be your freshman year of college,
Yes.
right? And you're still just 18, 19 years old?
Yes.
Just very young, right?
Yes.
And that's a very difficult thing for someone who's that young to deal with, isn't it?
Yes.
And during that situation, at least initially, Mr. Taylor was maybe on board with keeping the baby, wasn't he?
Yes.
And in fact, ultimately it was your choice, right?
Yes.
And you made the choice, and Mr. Taylor was supportive of that choice, wasn't he?
Yes.
He went with you to the appointments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he did whatever needed to be done, right?
Yes.
And then, whatever happens with your relationship, this thing with Miss Winford comes up. Is that right?
Yes.
And he has a reaction to it. Is that fair?
Yes.
And it was a pretty extreme reaction, right?
Yes.
I mean, and at that age, are you still 18 or are you 19 by that time?
I'm 19.
19. He's maybe 20?
No, he might have been 21. I think he's a couple years older than me, but I don't remember how old he is.
Okay, so maybe he's 21, right? You're both still in college, right? Is he playing sports in college at that time?
Yes.
And you're a cheerleader,
Yes.
right? So you guys are both busy with your lives in college,
Yes.
right? And this pregnancy was a scary thing for him, right?
Mine or
Right, Xavier's.
yes.
And he confided in you in a way that he was really terrified, right?
Yes.
So that conversation, the words that I wrote down is the conversation you had where he's asking you about getting an abortion pill where that night was there something we could do. So that was the first night that he finds out about it, right?
It might have been the first night. I'm not 100% sure if it was that very first night or the second night. But I know it was shortly after, like, this was unfolding and he found out.
Sure, really a quick, immediate reaction right after he finds out, right?
Yes.
And so he's talking about these kind of crazy things like, can you go get an abortion pill, right?
Yes.
And this says something else crazy like, is there something we can put in her drink, right?
Yes.
That's what you're saying. And then that was kind of the end of it. Like you have a couple crazy conversations and there's no more, right?
That I remember, yeah.
Okay. And certainly this, I mean, you're here 10 years later talking about it. You might have, if you had done something, if someone had acted on it, if it had been a big deal, this would have been kind of seared into your brain, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay. And you're doing your best here to give us your recollection, right?
Yes.
You guys were so young at that time, right?
Yes.
And that was at least 6-7 years before 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Long before that. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Denning.
Right.
Ms. Denny, you described kind of the conversations with Mr. Taylor that this happened over at least a 2, maybe 3-day period. Is that right?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
And he was saying like, oh, this is a crazy thought. This conversation continued over those couple of days. Isn't that right?
Yes.
And is it correct to say that you were trying to talk him out of it?
Yes.
He was very adamant of trying to find something to do it.
Yes.
Objection to leading.
She was after that. Any other questions?
No.